Hey y'all, we're just coming on here just because I just got home from the playhouse maybe 10 minutes ago, and I always drink Mountain Dew on my way home, so I'm a little hype. And while I was driving home, I was thinking, I'm gonna do troll play and just play with shapes, and we're going to use the potted liners that we have. My lethal order did come in. I didn't open it yet. I'm going to open that during the live stream on the 24th. Right now it is the 23rd, and it looks to be about 2:45 in the morning. I did this face yesterday before I left to go down to the Playhouse, which was the 21st, and I finished this look, I think, about 10 minutes to 6 p.m. So 5:50 p.m. So it's almost 3 a.m. So this look is about 10 hours old, and look at this. And I did use the Scandinavia spray. I'm really loving it. So I think I'm really done with the Fenty one, because even when I just spray it to sit here, I be sweating. And so I don't know what's up with that. I have not blotted. I have not even touched up my lip. And I did eat, so that's why that's looking like that. We are going to put something on the lip just so it's not looking crazy. I haven't pulled out brushes. I haven't pulled out anything. So this is really just, let me just come on here and just play. And this would have been awesome for an impromptu live stream, I'm thinking right now. But, you know, the thought hit me to do it. So we're here and we're going to do some things. I remember saying that I couldn't find my dark brown, notoriously morbid lipstick, and that it must be hiding in one of the pockets in one of my purses, either that canvas one or my Peanuts Coach bag, and it was. And I'm excited because I had said I know I would not have thrown this away, so I have that back, and I'm excited. So part of me is saying put on Kaboom, because I think this might be too bright, but over the black, I don't know. I'm gonna just put this on just to see, even though I think Kaboom or this one would be really nice. And these are different colors. I swatched them out to be sure. And we have this one, but we used this one already. And actually, we haven't used this in a while. This is City Lips. This one is Holly Sparkling Deep Red Limited Edition. I don't know if it's still available. I do have a link down below. I do post also on my community tab when they have sales, because they're so expensive. They're expensive. Their glosses are $35. So when they have a sale, I do post on my community tab. Every now and then they have a buy one get one free sale, and that would be the time to buy it. These are plumping glosses. I feel a slight tingle for like 20 seconds and then it goes away, and that's what I like about it, because other plumping things I have purchased by accident, not knowing it was plumping, I'm like, why are my lips burning? I don't like that. This looks good over this black. And these do say put directly on your lips, but even putting it over a lipstick, I still feel that slight tingle. That looks nice. For about 20 seconds, and then it stops, which tells me this still will plump your lips even on top of a lipstick. And this is a liquid lipstick. And I'm glad that I tried it, because I use them more knowing that I can put it on top, because y'all know I like to top my lipsticks, usually black ones, or just wear the black as it is. Y'all, this is nice. I love this wand too, because it's shaped, you know, like a lip. And yes, it's cross-contaminated, and I don't care, because I will probably do this again. So what I'm thinking, playing with shapes, I think we're going to do like some triangles, maybe some squares, and just having fun. I did order one of those faces that you can practice makeup on. And I remember saying I was going to do more troll play, like just experimenting on my face. But the angle is different. My face, I'm this way. Somebody else's, I'm this way. So I do think that will help me practice with stuff. So the liners we have, this is Inglot number 84. I don't think we're going to use this, but I'm going to just show you everything I have. And I got these from Amazon. This one, oh my gosh, I do close them tight, which is good. This is number 75, a matte purple. We have number 86. This is a newer edition. This is, excuse me, number 97. This is a shimmer. It's really pretty. And it doesn't always show up over a lot of things because it is such a light color, but it is very pretty. And that is good for light ethereal looks. This is number 87. This is bold. And you've seen me use all of these in videos. This one is also new-ish. Not as new as the copper one. This is number 99 because this is a shimmer also. And so that always doesn't show up either because it is a lighter color. This one is a white. We are going to use this for sure this morning. And it is cross-contaminated. It looks like red. I don't know, but it does not matter to me. And we have this dark green from Fortune. It shows up on me almost like a black. I'm not sure if we're going to use that. MAC's Paint Pot in black. This is called Black Mirror. We have Contemplative State from MAC. The paint pots are designed as shadow bases. You can use them for that and for upper lash line. And I've been using Groundwork on top of Fenty Primer just as an additional primer. We have two fluid lines. This one is Dip Down, is a brown. It's just called Dip Down, but I always feel like I have to just sing it. And the fluid lines are designed to be eyeliners, but you can also use them as shadow bases. And so this is Midnight Snack. This is what's actually in my brows today. And so the paint pots and the fluid lines, you can use them as shadow bases or eyeliners, either one. The fluid line, they are a little more creamy. And not that the paint pots are dry, but they're drier because it's supposed to be, you know, a shadow base. And shadow does stick to it really well. And I was pleased because I was wondering, like, what is this going to do with, you know, flaky shades. So I'm just grabbing all of these brushes, all of my eyeliner brushes, and we're going to figure out what we're going to use. The thing about, that magnet is really strong. The thing about Inglot, this is the lethal pen, and whenever, like, it just sticks to other stuff that's in here, like, even if I don't want it to. But that is a strong magnet, and it is very nice to have, and I am glad I got it, even though I have like 2 of these and, you know, another one from somewhere else. But so I just pulled out all of my eyeliner pencils. The thing with the Inglot is when they dry down, they dry down. And when I use a brush like this, the MAC 210, it takes me time to get the liner out of this brush because it stays. I've been using this one for my brows with the fluid line because it does, like, it fits like right there. Like, it's like the perfect width. But even using these with Inglot stays, y'all. And so I'm just like, whew. And so I am excited to start using the water activated liners from Lethal, because that will just wash out once the water hits it. And so that was one of the selling features for me, because I'm like, do I need like more liners? But it appeals to me, and I'm told they don't dry out fast at all. Inglot de PAO is 9 months. I'm just pulling out brushes while I'm talking to you. And so that was a factor for me. And once it dries, it does dry. But it's not hard to get out of the brushes because it's water activated. So once you put water to it, it does just come right out. But as I said, on your face is dry. I don't know what would happen if I did my face and I went out in the rain. But I don't know. So actually, I'm taking out like way too many brushes because I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know I want to play with shapes. And so I'm kind of just organizing them according to how they look. We're going to put these 2 back. All the rest of them we kept out. So we have, I didn't wash my brushes from earlier because like 10 minutes after I did my face, I left home. These 3 are Esom V09. This is the older one. The new ones have black handles. And ironically, the V09, the black ones, all the newer ones are black handles. But the older one is a little shorter. In my other, and I know I pointed it out before, and their other black handle ones are shorter than their counterpart. Both of these are V27s. This one is, the newer one is angled, but it's shorter than the older V07. And there's another brush that the newer one is shorter, or is that the only one? I don't know. But so we have those out. We have out, these are the 4 Inglot T03s that I kept, because I did give some away at one point because I just had like so many eyeliner brushes. And these are funny to me because you see they're different sizes and different widths, but it's all, each one is a T03. And so that was just funny to me. These two are the same. These two are more the same. But it's just, it's just funny to me because I'm like, it's the same brush. I have out 2 of the Lethal, what number? Pointed liner brush, number 240. Surprisingly, these held up well. I don't use them all the time. The eyeliner brushes, not the eyeliner, the eyeshadow brushes I have from Lethal, all them jokers fell apart. The face brushes were good. So I think it was just something with how thin the ferrule was or something, and the glue or whatever. So I am surprised that these held up because all the eyeshadow brushes I had fell apart. These are also Esom. These are T05. They sent this by mistake. When I ordered 2 of these, the V09, they sent 2 of the T05 by mistake. And so I messaged in, sent the picture, and they said, well, just keep them and we'll mail you the 2 that you did buy. So that's how I got these. And I normally don't use straight edge brushes, but I did try it and I like it. This is good for like how I have my wing already. If I just want to stamp, like if I want to punk it out, or even if I just want to do a white or like contemplate if they that color, just stamp it right here and it's going to be a straight line. And maybe we'll do that today just so you can see, since I think I put on too much of that gloss. I pulled out the 3 matte 210s, but I don't think we're going to use these. So we're going to just sit them aside. And this is Sigma E75. I don't know how this came to be in my possession. I really don't. Because I know I didn't buy it. Angled brow brush. I don't know how I came to have that. This is oh, you know what? This was from the OMA kit. It's an eyeliner brush, but it's thick for eyeliner though, especially compared to like something like this. You know what I mean? Or even something like this. But we may use this today. We'll see. And these are all, no. This is from Scott Barnes. The other one I used earlier today. So I do have 2 of those. I only got 2 of those? Oh. If I would have realized that, I would have got more when they just had the 40% off sale. Because I did order 2 other brushes, because their stuff is expensive. So I always post when they have a sale too. I don't have a code for them or anything, but I'm just like, this price is just, you know, if they have 30% off or 40, that's what I'm like. If you want something from them, get it. All of these were in the kit too. I don't know why they had like so many liner brushes in the kit, but I have used them a couple times and they work. So what is it we're going to do? I am going to do more troll play. Using, it's just feeling weird inside my lip. I do feel that slight tingle, like it actually just started from the gloss. I do like how this looks, but I missed a spot. Do I care enough to fix it? And it's bleeding down here. Okay. This is nice. But it wouldn't stay. I do know that. Because glosses do come off. And it is. I mean, it has stick-to-itiveness. But like how I said I ate earlier. And I ate chili at that. And that was my lip. Like it still looked really good. So we're going to. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. We are going to use this white right now. This is the creamiest out of all the Inglot eyeliners. And the first time I used it, even like with the matte brush, it just spread. Yeah, this is really, yeah. So I don't know what we're doing, but and that's why I call it troll play. This is the Sigma E75. And so I want to, I'm not going to do anything on my eyelid because I have eyeshadow on. So we're just going to play. We're just going to play with shapes and just see. And that's what troll play is for me. Just playing with the makeup, trying something new, just doing something, and just having fun. And I appreciate you being here. I've been tentatively approved to work at that event in May that I told y'all about. And so I'm sure that's subconsciously what's on my mind too, because it's a circus theme. And so I am really glad. I have a bump right there, right here. So I'm sure some people are going to want clowns. Tentatively approved, because I spoke to one person who I think is the main one I need to talk to, but sometimes there's information that someone else may have that the main person doesn't have. And so I'm not like jumping up and down with excitement yet, because these are not symmetrical, because I don't know if it's going to keep, you know what I mean? But I am excited. I'm excited to get that face in. They also had the flat ones of just eyes, but that to me just looks creepy. And also I am going to be doing face paint, and even if not for this event, it's going to be for other events, because I have gotten messages for quotes to do birthday parties and, you know, stuff like that. So I know I'm going to be doing face paint. This kind of face paint, not just regular makeup, which is what I call face paint as well. And so I am excited. And part of it is money, because if somewhere, I'll say this, it takes me an hour round trip to get to Baltimore Playhouse, and it takes up a half a tank of gas. So if somebody calls me and they're like 2 hours away, that's 4 hours round trip and an entire tank of gas. And so that cost gets added into, oh man, my wrinkles. That cost gets added into like my base price, because, you know, I don't want to just go somewhere and break even. You know what I mean? The idea is to make a profit, and also tolls if I have to pay tolls. And so, and it's just ironic, because the messages I've been getting, most of them, they're like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours away. So I don't know like what they would think the price would be. And it shows, it says where I am, so they know I'm in Delaware. And so, I don't know. And where they're messaging me from, I forgot that I even posted on there. So I'm just like, oh, that place. And so for this event though, I'm wondering if I'm going to need to get a chair, a high chair, and a stand-up light thing, or like the shadow box light or whatever with the backdrop. So I don't know, but I'll wait till it's official that I am okay to do it, and then I'll think about it, because there is a bright spot in there I can use, but it's tucked away. And so whatever I'm doing to somebody's face, I want other people to be able to walk by and see, you know what I mean? And so that means I need to be, excuse me, out in the open. So that's something else that is going through my mind. And I have time, because that's in May. But I'm excited anyway though. I really am, like, just to know that there's certain options for me to do faces. And I'm not discouraged at all, because I know things just need to line up. You know what I mean? We can want something and be prepared. And that's the thing, is being prepared. So that way when that particular door is open, it's like, yeah, just step in and good to go. Like when I did the class, I had everything. Somebody said, oh, I forgot this. I'm like, I got it. Oh man, I forgot this. I had everything, y'all. I was just like, wow. So, and that was a really good feeling, to be prepared. So we're going to take the MAC 210 and I apologize if you really can't see what I'm doing. You know what, I keep thinking I need a tall mirror, or at least one, because this one, I just use my fingers. This one is this far from my phone. So if I had a taller mirror, I would not be kind of down here, so to speak. All right. I do prefer doing looks that are not symmetrical. And honestly, it's because it's easier. Because it's just easier. So it's like, okay, it's off kilter, it's supposed to be. So but I am still excited. And so I remember saying one of the things that I'll ask is like, do you want like a typical, like if they say they want a clown face, do you want a typical clown face or do you want a unique clown face? Because I do like to do different stuff that doesn't look like, you know, everything else. And I don't always like the cutesy stuff. Just like with grunge, I like the messy grunge. Like I don't want, you know, perfect stuff, because imperfections are what makes things perfect, because it makes it unique. And so that is that, because I just want things to look different. And so yeah, I'm just messing around here. And so that'll be the thing. Do you want like something that's like seriously original, or something that looks like other stuff, or like pictures you saw? Like even when I did the Grinch, like I did jagged edges going up. No, did I come down? I went up, and the Grinch, all the angles were coming down, like it was like a frown, but I did mine up. So I just like to do stuff that's just not typical. And so one of my aunts was like, you look just like the Grinch. And I'm thinking it doesn't, but thank you. Because I knew the angles were opposite. They weren't pointing downward, they were like going upward. And I like it that it was different, and I did that intentionally. So, do I want to do more white? I do want to fill in. I do. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of doing? Is this going to go though? I mean, not go, but am I going to be able to do this? This is the random brush that came in the kit. And this is plasticky, so it'll easily come out of here. But these two, having the way the bristles are, it's going to be some work to get the inglot out of there. Darn it, I just went over the white. I just touched my forehead with this brush. This is a much wider brush. Like, you see this? So I'm just excited. I keep hitting my forehead. I am just excited just to be doing something different. And y'all know I like to do stuff that's different. You know what I mean? And I know y'all know. And I think that's why I like messy grunge so much, because it's different. It's not that cutesy stuff that people do. Yeah, I'm a troll at heart, y'all. Just do stuff different and just rock it and be like, what? Because I know I say it sometimes. If you do whatever you do or wear what you wear and you wear it with confidence, people are going to be like, wow, like that's awesome. Even if the look isn't their look, just the way you carry yourself, they're going to be like, wow. You know what I mean? And just rock it. Just wear it and just rock it. Or do like I'm doing now, and just sitting at home whatever time and just saying, you know what, I'm going to just sit here and just play around. This white is not covering up that purple. Oh my gosh, it's just making it lavender, so we're going to leave it like that. And so we're not going for anything in particular. We are just playing around just to see what happens. Yeah, I had no vision. The only thing I visioned was the triangles. That was it. I didn't vision like anything else particular to do. But here we are. You know what I could do? I could hold my handheld mirror, but then I wouldn't be able to hold the pot. Yeah, so I'm just seeing. Yeah, I know I got quiet. I'm trying to do a straight line. Yo, this is fun. Under my eye part is difficult because trying to do this line, like my gorgeous wrinkles, right? It was just trying to move my skin versus doing the line. But you know, what are we gonna do? I have wrinkles. Oh man, this down here, because of my bag, is kind of giving me problems. And making faces doesn't help, so I mean, it doesn't make a difference in that. Don't go over the white, Carolyn. Oh my gosh, y'all. This guy. Yo, when I be at the Playhouse, I be acting up. I be acting up for real. I was chatting with the snack bar person. It was a slow night, y'all. It was a slow night. And so I was standing at, you know, snack bar talking to her. And I'm looking to see which way the lines are. So this one goes inside over here. Does it? Yeah. And this guy, he said, what? No, he said, do you have energy drinks? And she said, yeah, we have Monster, the black and the white one, and Red Bull, and what else? It's another one. And he said, is the white one sugar-free? And she said, yeah. He said, I'll take a white one. I think he was Latino. I'm not sure. He definitely wasn't black, and he definitely wasn't white. And so I said, don't be acting prejudiced, man. And he started laughing. He touched my shoulder. Now, you're not supposed to touch people or their stuff without consent. So I went like that. I was like, security! Security! And what made it funny, and I said it loud too, right? And by it being a slow night, it was kind of quiet, except for the music. The DM walked over and he was looking to see like what was going on. I was like, oh shit. It was funny though. I was just like, and I'm cool with the DM that was there tonight too. So he was just standing there watching like, okay, what's going on? And that was funny. I was like, security, security. I yelled it out too, loud. I was acting a fool. One thing I like about the play space is that you can just not do anything because they do have rules, but every time, and I do look at people's body language and their mannerisms, and so I kind of know who I can pick with and not, because I didn't know this dude. I ain't know this dude. And and so we just laughed about it. Because some people, they'll try and like joke with you and you be like, so it's just knowing body language and you know, part of it might be intuition. I don't know. Yeah, but I be picking with people and it be funny and they be laughing right with me. Another guy, when he talks to you, he gets close to you. So I was standing there and he was talking and he leaned in and I leaned back. So then he backed up. He said, did I get in your personal space? I said, yeah, you did. And the thing is when I was sitting down, he like put his arms on the arm of the chair and leaned in talking to me. So then I sat up because I don't like people like this close to me. Like we're cool, but we not that cool. And later on in the evening, he did the same thing. He came in close and I leaned up. And earlier he just stayed back here. But this time like he leaned forward. So then I leaned over to the side and I'm just like, and that's the thing I'm saying, like watching people's body language and everything. And it was just ironic because earlier he was like, did I get in your personal space? I said, yes. But then here he comes again, like leaning in. I'm leaning over and he's following my lean. And I'm just like, and he's a good dude, you know, but I'm just like, can you? Oh, it dropped in my lap. I caught it. This is a lethal brush. This is the lethal. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Esom T03. So I was just like, I do be acting up though. I checked on the front desk person because last I checked, there was a first shift snack bar person, and a first shift DM. That was it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be stuck on front desk, which you can't manage the space because I was working tonight as a manager. I'm like, I can't manage the space if I'm stuck at the front desk. But we did have a front desk person, because when I checked, it was like 2 or 3 days ago. She said she signed up a couple days ago. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was able to just, actually manage the space, make sure everything was going all right. And I would go up to check on her every once in a while. You need to go to the snack bar, you need a break, you need to go to the restroom, whatever. And sometimes she would say yes, and so I would sit up front, and other times she would say no, so I would just go back to whatever I was doing. But I was up there, and I smelled corn chips. And sometimes I'll smell something, and I'll ask somebody, what's that smell? They'd be like, what smell? And I'd be like, oh, okay, never mind. Because I have sensitive sinuses, and I know that I do. And so I'm like, I said, does anybody smell corn chips? And she's like, oh yeah, I have a bag open right here. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, long as it wasn't nobody's feet. People be walking around there barefoot. It's an industrial building. You don't know what's on that floor. I wouldn't walk around barefoot in here. But, good grief. But I said, well, at least it really was corn chips. Because it was strong. It smelled strong. So I can't really see. Shoot. It was a really strong, I can't see my nose. And so she's like, oh yeah. So I was glad that it really was corn chips. Because some people do walk around in there barefoot, and I'd be cringing inside, like this floor. I'd be like, I would never walk around barefoot in there. Never. Okay, this one is getting out of control because I can't really see. This is getting wider than I want it to be, but since we're doing asymmetrical, it doesn't matter because it's not like the other side. We will bring this to a point. This is kind of cute. This is kind of cute. Let me put I still got my dirty brushes. I was going to put them in here, but I'm not, because sometimes the cream eyeliner, the potted eyeliner, ends up on the ferrule, and it's sometimes hard to get off, or it ends up touching the bristles, and then so I don't want to mix that with that. So what else are we going to do? All right, what are we... Let me close up the purple tightly. Close up the white. What color do I want to do? Excuse me. We're going to do this one. And we're going to... What brush was that one? That was one of them brushes from the kit. So we're going to go into here. Oh, I'm liking this. Like, yes, we're practicing. Yes, we're just doing stuff. Damn, I covered up the purple. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to cover up the purple. This blue is strong, y'all. Oof. And this is the shimmer one. I know I keep going quiet. I'm trying to do a straight line. I need to guzzle 40 ounces of water because I only had a little bit before I left. And when I'm down at the playhouse, I don't drink water. I'll drink Gatorade, because if I drink water, water goes through me. And because I'm working, I don't want to have to keep going to the bathroom. And so usually the next day, it's like my legs are cramping up, from the dehydration and stuff. So I already know. And even coming home, my driving foot wanted to cramp. So every now and then, I would just rest my foot flat off the pedal. This is that purple, because it felt like it wanted to cramp up. And that's something new for me. Like in the last year, getting foot cramps, ankle cramps. And it's only if I'm this way for a long time. It is an hour drive. So, yeah. So we're going back to this one. And we're going to try not to go over the purple. that white, it just ate that purple. Why am I closing this? We're not done with this. Let me know, do you ever just play? Or you have an idea, like I'm gonna go home and play with shapes. And that's what we're doing. Did I cross that purple? Shit. But it was an okay night. It was slow, but it was fun. Yo, this lady, they got there late. It was their first time there. Late being like 11:30, and the event ended at 1. And she came up to me asking, can they request a song? I said no, because it's a playlist. And we just randomly pick one. I randomly pick one and it just plays. So she was like, well, can I put I said no. I ain't even let her finish. Because number one, nobody except the manager that night is allowed behind the sound station, the sound booth. And so her saying, can I put no? So the answer was no. I didn't even have to hear the question. And then she started begging me. She was like, please, please. I was like, no. And then she said, this song, whatever the song was, she was like, I don't know if she was triggered, but the way she was acting, she wasn't triggered. I mean, I didn't pick up on that. My clinicalness did not pick up on that. So she was really just wanting to do, her own thing. And then she said something about the song, and it was an Eminem song. And she was like, such and such, such and such. I lied to you not, y'all. I said, that sounds like something you need to work out for yourself. That's exactly what I said to her. And I was just like, you begging me is not, like, she was like, please. And I'm like, no. I said, I'm not getting fired over music. I said, that's not going to happen. And she's like, but can I just da-da-da? Because this song, that's something you need to work out for yourself. And I don't remember what else she said. And then she finally walked away. But, there's rules. And when I'm working there, I gotta follow the rules. I'm not getting in trouble for nobody. Listen, if I get in trouble, it's gonna be because of something I did, not because I let somebody else do something. You know what I'm saying? Nope. I used a different brush for this area. I used a thin brush for inside. So I'm just like, Oh, shit. I just hit my eye. What's funny, I was telling this dude, because he came up and he was like, oh, who picked the music for tonight? I said, it's just a random playlist I picked. And it's an iPod. I don't even have an iPod for myself. And he was like, oh, because I was going to compliment whoever it is for the music. Y'all, it was like old school hip hop and Wu-Tang songs and stuff like that. And it's just ironic because almost every time when I work, I randomly pick a playlist, just randomly. I don't look through what the songs are or nothing. And it always, I would say 80% of the time, it ends up being old school rap music or R&B mixed with rap music. And I told him, I said, I promise you, I don't intentionally play black music, but it just ends up that way. And I think that is just so funny because I really don't, do that on purpose. It just comes out like that. This is the lethal brush. But, yeah, I was just like, wow. Because I never do look to see, like, what songs are in the playlist. I'm just like, oh, we'll just play this one. This one time, I randomly picked a playlist, and I always just randomly pick one. I don't even know who made all the playlists, but there's a lot. So you just randomly pick one. And it kept playing Christmas songs. And it wasn't around Christmas. And even if it was, we're at an adult play space. So like and so somebody came up to me and they were like, because I was up front, right? So they were like, it keeps playing Christmas songs. And so I went and I changed the playlist. And I said, if it happens again, let me know. They came back up there 5 minutes later. And I'm like, fuck, like, what's happening? So I changed it again. They was like, it's still, I was like, fuck. I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna put this here. Oh, that, yeah, I told y'all that white spreads. That white, because I wasn't liking how this was looking, even though like we're just doing stuff. But so I don't know what was going on that night, but it was just kind of strange. I'm not even going to bother with this. We're just going to leave that because like this, you can't see it. And we are just playing with the face. I want to put something here, but then we have the purple up here. Because everything has a side that's done almost. But like this is just looking bare to me. So we're going to put on one more shade. I think I want to do this shade. But I'm thinking to leave it like it is. We're going to leave it like it is. So what else are we going to do? So that's 3 colors. I do want to do something else. We're going to take the yellow and random brush from the OMA kit. Y'all, it feels dry, but it is very usable. What am I doing? I'm making up stuff. That's what I'm doing. Making up stuff. I think the face will be here tomorrow. So that'll be fun. So I'll be spending time with that. Yo, this is fun. I'm thinking now, like when people put music to their videos, which I don't like, but then I realize I'm not talking as much either. This is looking crazy. This is looking crazy. I do like the work we did so far up top. I really do. Like, yes, it needs to be refined. Yes, this is my first time ever doing this. So, you know, give me a break. But I am enjoying doing this. I'm excited to play with the face paint that I purchased. And so the Mayron primary color kit, that's for me to play with. But I am going to use the Mayron at least once or twice just to get a feel for it, because that's what I'll be using on other people. These are easy to work with. It's just getting the inglot out of the friggin' brushes. This is way over here. Okay, we're almost, okay. Okay. I'm looking at this like, Yeah, I'm really just making up stuff. This inglot is no joke. That's not tall enough or sharp enough. My angles are off. Ooh! It's definitely not lined up with the bottom. You know what? These are, and then this one's not. So this is where I got kind of thrown off. And you know what? I wasn't even looking for that, for it to be, you know, lined up like that. So that's my fault, because I was just putting lines, not paying attention to if it was lining up with a point at the bottom. But now I'm looking. So this one is going into it, where this one couldn't be matched up with that. It could be. Yo, this is fun. Let me know if you want to see more of these. And if not, I'll just put them on for my my pro membership. But I knew I wanted to get back to troll play. I didn't know that. Shoot. So now this one is ending up and this one is ending down. But they're both in the same place. I have a little bit of room over here. All right, so let's do this. And let's do that. Wait, it's still going up. Oh, okay, it's going up. So this is here. So it's a little bit off. And we're just going to leave it like that because we're just playing around. And I'll be happy to get the face because then I'm going this way. You know what I mean? I like this. We're going to take green. Something's telling me just use Midnight Snack, which is what's in my browser, which is a gray. But we're going to do green because we're just seeing how stuff is looking. Y'all know what? I'm having a good time with this. I really am. And I just checked the time and I'm like, holy cow, like we've been here for a while already. Excuse me. So this is the green. So do I want to do outside or inside? I think I need a thinner brush. I know I got quiet again. Need a thinner brush. Ooh! My first 2 troll plays, I did not even film it. Did I? No, and I did not. So this is my first time filming it. And somebody was like, there's a tutorial coming, right? I'm like, no. They were like, I don't know what they did, but they were like, oh. So this is inside, so let's do outside. This inglot is nice. I just know I'm gonna have a time getting it out the brushes. When I went like this, I could feel how all of this is dry already. Oh boy. Where am I at? Oh, I'm over here. This is fun. I wouldn't do, actually I would do this as a look for somebody. Because I was thinking, okay, just the eyes. Like if you just look right here, like I think that's cute as hell. Like I don't like how thick that came out, but first time doing this ever, right? This is cute. And then I'm looking in the mirror down here. And then just looking at, you know, ignore the nose. I'm looking through my fingers. Hey, peekaboo. I do like how this looks too. And both of them together, it's like, who are you? Whoever you say you are. And that's the thing about doing something different and unique. I like this and I like this. I like it together because when you think of a circus, it's a lot of stuff going on. And this is a lot of stuff going on. But yeah. And what I just had a thought to do is when I do faces on the face, put those pictures on my website. Do I want to do another color like inside? All right, let's see. This brush is thick. I don't want to use that brush. We're going to use a lethal brush. And we're going to take, we have a blue left, and I don't want to use the blue. That's not the one we used up top. Up top, we use this one, which is a shimmer, and then that purple. So we have brown, we have the dark green, which looks like a blackened green, and we have black. But I think we're going to do this just to lighten it up just a little bit, even though we already have white down there. And so we're swiping this in here. Yeah, let's do this. Come here. Okay. So do let me know if you want to see these, see more of these, just me playing. Damn it, I'm sorry, y'all. I just looked up and realized y'all couldn't even see what I was doing. So I'm gonna hold this mirror, the Ozzy Osbourne rock and roll collection. And I'm still looking in that same mirror. And so this has a clump right here. We're gonna leave it and just keep it moving. Once I do more of this, I'll be able to talk while I'm doing it. This is a good brush for this. So it's like there but not there. So it just looks like a little bit of shading. But some places I don't really see it. Like right here, I don't really see this one. So I'm making it a little bit thicker. Y'all like this. I'm gonna hold the pot in my hand. So where did we, okay, so we're inside, outside. So where are we putting this? If I do this, yeah, it's gonna be the same as the top. If we do opposite of, what am I doing? What? Yeah, let's just do inside. I'm trying not to cross over into the yellow, and I put too much on a brush because it's creating like clumps. So what else happened tonight that I can tell y'all about? Oh, please nobody be offended. I took chili. One of my wake ups, I put rice in a rice cooker with water because that just cooks itself and then it clicks itself off when it's done. And so I took chili and rice to the playhouse for lunch/dinner. And the snack bar person, she's actually one of the managers too. She signed up to volunteer snack bar. And I said, do you like spicy food? She was like, yeah, I do. I said, you want to try this chili I made? She's like, sure. She's Caucasian. And I do believe she's older than I am. I'm 55. So I gave her a spoonful and she's like, that's good. I said, well, I have plenty. Would you like some? And she was like, sure. And later on, she said, you know what would have made it? She said, it was really good. She said, it was really good. It had a lot of flavor. It was spicy. It was hot. It was good. She said, but you know what would have made it better? I said, what? She said, raisins. I said, no. I said, that's not a black people thing. Like, we don't cook with raisins. Unless it's like a bun or something like that. I said, I was like, that's not a black thing. And she was like, oh. I have never in my life heard of raisins and chili. So, I'm like, we don't do that. And she was like, oh. And so I told her, we have a manager's meeting coming up. I said, I have like 3 more in my freezer. Like, if you want, I'll bring you one. She was like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. And I said, you can put raisins in that one, along with your rice or whatever, like, starch you want in there. But I was like, we don't do that. I had never heard of such a thing. And then later I told her, I said, I also have spicy sauce. I said, I can bring, one of those too. She was like, that'd be great. I do like that this is a color, not a color. So I do like the yellow with this copper color. But these are eyeliners. It's not the face paint. But I do have a lot of different colors in face paint. So what I was doing here, along with shapes, right, was seeing how the colors look together. I do like the multiple layers. I like the white, the purple, and then the blue. All of them show up except where I went over the white with the purple, because then I tried to put more. Right now, if I put more white on it, it might go, since everything is dry and I can feel it that it's dry. So let's try and see if we can run a line. Can you see me? Yeah. When I do like this, I can feel that it's drying on it is dry on my forehead. Oh shit, I came out too far. But at least we got a white line. I used a straight brush for this, didn't I, before? I think I used this brush for that. So I do like how we have the multiple colors and that they show up. I love the yellow with the green, of course. And I like how that copper is like there but not there. Like it's not really bold. And so I do like that. And I could go next to that with a white as well. And the reason I did the triangles like this is usually when I see clown makeup, this is filled in with white. And my wrinkles and my glorious bag. Like I don't want to have liner all in here. And I don't know yet though how the face paint actually fills on a face. Like when I do this, I can feel it in my wrinkles. When I lift my eyebrows, I can feel that it's tight around, you know, I can feel it's tight even around my mouth. Like I can feel it stretching my skin. So I just wanted to just play and do some stuff and just see. I don't like this part right here, but I like this part right here. Y'all, this is dry. This is not. Yeah, I'm gonna need at least 2 makeup remover wipes with my stellar water on it and spray my face with the Scandinavian makeup remover spray to get this off. But I do like it, and it was a lot of fun. So just let me know. Y'all know I have space, and I'm thinking of, well, not that you know that, but you know I want to do more stuff. But I think this is good for now, and I would do this as a look versus just, I can't see, let me see through my fingers, versus just this, the bottom part, which would be nice, and I do like how it came out, or just do the eyes and the nose. I think that would look nice. And the nose that I saw, it was always filled in, like how I did the half puppy face and the half with the shading. I've always seen like the nose filled in with red or with white. And so again, just me wanting to do something different, and it looked different. But this I don't like because that line came out thicker than I wanted, and I've always been horrible at drawing hearts. But I'm like, hey, we're playing, let's just try it. And this white line in the middle is down too far. That's what it is. So this is what we got for the day. I really do like this. And I could connect these here, but I don't want them to be connected because it's the illusion of that it's going to keep going. And I could come all the way up. And I think I would. Do we want to do that now? We're not going to do it now. We've been here almost an hour already. But that would be the idea. And that's not the illusion. But the idea would be, yeah, I could do this all the way around so it looks like, you know, a smile, a crooked, you know, a jagged smile. And I've always seen all of this filled in with color too, and so again it's just different. The illusion is where the green is and that copper, particularly the copper, because it's not bold like the green, it's not bold like the white, the blue, and the purple, but it's like, oh, there's something there. And so I do like that aspect of it. And so let me know what you think down below. Putting away the brushes I did not use. We used 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 brushes. And we used 2, 4, 6 liners, because we didn't use this matte blue. No, we didn't use this one. So we used 6 liners and 10 brushes. No, we didn't. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, because we did not use this one. So 6 liners and 9 brushes later, this is what the face looks like. And I need to put a note in my calendar to go to either a craft store or a paint store, or a store that has a paint section, and get some paint brushes, like more brushes like these. I'm not going to order another Mayround brush set, because that with the case was $59 and some change. And I'm looking at them brushes like I still haven't washed them, and I need to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just like, nah. So I'm just going to just get regular paint brushes, because I remember back in the day when I was using them for makeup, like it did the job. It did the job. And so I do know that those will work. And with the face paint, it is actually paint for the face. And so hey, let's just get paintbrushes. And it will be less expensive than the Mayron. But I am glad that I do have those because it looks professional, especially being in the Mayron case and all of that. And y'all know it does matter to me the quality of what I'm using. And I'm not shading anybody because I've seen some people say, you can do beautiful looks, you know, with drugstore makeup as a professional makeup artist. And yes, you can. But you also have to charge accordingly. Like, don't charge $80 to do a face and it's all drugstore. You know what I mean? And so for myself, I do pay for quality. And so for my clients, I paid for quality. And y'all have seen my kit, Natasha Denona, MAC, Makeup Forever. You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking anybody, but I wanted makeup that I know is tried and true, and a lot of drugstore stuff irritates my skin. So I'm just like, I don't even know what's good or what's not, as far as my experience with it. And so that's why my kit is the way it is. And so, yes, and my prices do reflect that. And I'm like, this is high quality stuff, professional makeup stuff. And NYX is a professional makeup brand too, and I always forget that because I'm like, I don't know. But that's why I have the stuff that I have. So I'm excited about it. Why is this here? So this is going to be it for this look. And so this is completely outside of the eye look and the lip look. So it's just about this right here and this right here. Let me know what you think. Thank you for being here. Stuff is popping up. I probably put my troll playlist. No, I don't even have a playlist. I'll just pop up the 2 pictures somewhere throughout the video. The looks that I did. One was the Grinch, and one I did squigglies, which wasn't for a troll play. That was just me. I just felt like doing squigglies on my face. And so I did squigglies on my face. But we did one side shading and one side a puppy or some type of animal, whatever animal you want to call it. And then we did the Grinch. And so you'll have seen those. But if you sped through the video, you can, rewind back and see what those pictures are. And so thank you very much for being with me for troll play episode number 3 officially, because I didn't count the squigglies as troll play. I was just feeling goofy one day. But so let me know what you think. I like this. We're going to go. Stuff is popping up for you to watch, and you will see me in the next video.